What's going on, guys? So we're out here at Brighton Skate Park, and today I'm going to show you how to Smith stall a quarter. So I did have a double peg, I can't remember, maybe a month or something like that. So I thought I'd show you another one of my favourite stalls on a quarter. It's the Smith. The Smith, if you don't know, is where your front peg is on and then your back wheel is up on the deck of the quarter. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit scarier than a double peg, but once you learn them, they're really consistent, and they're really fun to kind of throw like combos together. Then, like, if you know double peg, you can go double peg to Smith, that kind of stuff. So what I'll do first is I'll show you some Smith stalls on some of the different quarters around here at Brighton, different size quarters. Do a couple of combos so you can see what you can do with them, and then we'll show you how to do them. The Smith's a kind of interesting one. What you're going to want to do for this trick, unfortunately, it's not unfortunately, you need to strap on a pair and take it to a bigger quarter, because as I just found out then, I forgot how hard they are on really small quarters. What will happen is I'll put a couple of clips in, is like, because you got to lean so much because it's like not that steep, you just slip and then slide out and you'll kind of just land on the deck. It's not too bad, but yeah. Take it to a bigger quarter, and then if you want to go back to a smaller quarter, do that, but it's 100 times easier on a bigger quarter. But what we're going to do is, with the quarter, see if you can see it, kind of there. The idea, like a double peg, is that you're going to come up, and then with a double peg, you give it enough speed just to get up to the coping. You stay in the quarter and then kind of poke the bike out. It's pretty similar, but what you need to do is kind of, the front part of your bike's a double peg, but then the back's kind of the Smith part. So you want to go up just quick enough, probably the same speed, if not a tiny bit quicker than a double peg. And then as you're going up, kind of just high enough with your front to get your front peg on. And then you kind of want to suck your legs in a little bit and kind of whip your bum out onto the deck. And what that'll do is you'll pick up your legs, so it'll lift the back wheel a little bit higher to give you enough clearance on the coping. And then the little whip out with your bum will kind of push the wheel onto the deck. And it's kind of all the Smith is. The Smith, if you want to go the same idea like a double peg where you'd learn to drop in first from the Smith, you can do that. I'll show you how to drop in, and then I'll try and show you how to give you a couple of tips on how to get into it. But yeah, let's see if we can get these done. But find a big quarter. Something like this is the main quarter at Brighton, something like SE half. Some of the quarters at Rosny, they're fine for it, something a little bit steeper, but small quarters are, you're gonna struggle on it. You could do them, you can do them, but you're gonna have to be leaned out so far that it's gonna make it harder to learn. So definitely take it to something smaller once you've learnt them, but learn them on something bigger. So like with the double peg, what we can do is we can sit up here in kind of the Smith stall, and we can kind of see what it's gonna feel like. So again, this is back wheel on, obviously, front peg on, and that's the Smith. It's very similar to the double peg dropping back in. It's just a transfer of weight, and then you kind of just steer in, that kind of rolls away. The first way you can do it is you don't have to actually lift up your legs, you can just roll, and your back wheel will kind of roll over coping, and you'll roll away. So I'll show you how to do that. All it simply is 100% commitment on your inside shoulders to the quarter, and then just lean in and then give the handlebars a little bit of a turn into the quarter, and you'll just take away. You can see I won't pick up my my back wheel at all. I'll just roll in, it'll roll over coping, and we should get out of it. Now the other way you can do it, I'd recommend if it's on something a little bit bigger, like Rosny Bowl with pull coping, it's a little bit chunkier, maybe SE half, but you kind of want to go in, you kind of let your nose just roll in, but then you pick your legs up and kind of your back end does a little hop, just to clear coping. I'll show you what that one looks like. Again, it's 100% commitment on your inside shoulder with your weight, in, turn, but this time you just pick your legs up a little bit and you kind of do a little bit of a hop in. So if you can already double peg, you're probably pretty comfortable up on kind of balancing on the coping. The Smith's not that different. It's the same idea of kind of just positioning of weight and kind of balancing it with the bike. If you haven't learned double pegs, I would recommend going and learning them first, just to learn some control and that weight movement up on the coping, but it's not essential to learning the Smith. What we'll do now is I'll show you a couple of things that might make getting into the Smith a little bit easier, and that's about it. There's really not that much to it. Again, it's just kind of a balancing act, and once you kind of find that balance point, it kind of just sticks there and they're pretty consistent. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to the top with enough speed to get our front peg on. You don't really want to go too much quicker than that. And this time all we're going to do is pick up our legs and then flick our bum out onto the deck. Your front peg will kind of just stay on. Maybe I focus more on my front peg and positioning that, because my bum will kind of just, I'll pick up the back end, and the deck's a bigger space to land on and to not worry about than kind of putting my front peg on. If I get my front peg, I'm safe, you know. So what we'll do is we're going to go up kind of same speed with the double peg, but then kind of look how I pick my legs up and then whip my bum out. And that's really the only difference to doing the Smith and the double peg, is just the back end moving a little bit higher and flicking out. So I'll show you what I mean. So you can see with that one, kind of how you pick it up and you flick your bum out. Something I did notice is I actually do go a little bit quicker for the Smith, and I do kind of pick my front peg up a little bit higher. I kind of drop into it rather than kind of place into it. So yeah, maybe go a little bit quicker. Might help. Kind of go a little bit higher and then just drop onto it. So I'll do a couple more just so you can see them, but yeah, that's really about it. So hopefully that's helped you out, guys. Hopefully that's kind of pointed you in the direction of learning Smiths. Go out there, have a crack at it, you know, do it on a slightly bigger quarter and just be confident with it. You know, if you haven't got double pegs, try and get double pegs first, but you know, just go out there and just give it to it. It's all just about trial and error. You'll find that balance point and it'll kind of just lock in. It's really, again, just pick your bum up or pick your legs up, just picks the back end of the bike up, flick it out, and then you'll kind of just drop. And make sure your weight's in and you kind of lean back. You should sit, you should sink, and then you should just, yeah, drop back in. You guys have got it. If you've got any questions whatsoever, please leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I hope this helped you, and we will see you in the next video. See you guys.